What role do schools play in promoting healthy lifestyle choices among adolescents? And Ms. Gerdes, we'll start with you. Kids spend so much time, or young adults spend so much time in school. What's the role of school?
Well, it's multifaceted. There's health education, and in North Carolina, all children from kindergarten through age 12 are part of a health education program where age-appropriate topics and lessons and activities are provided to them. I think a very important role that the schools have adopted more recently is role modeling, having staff wellness programs, assuring that the teachers there are seen driving away with their seatbelts on, assuring the tobacco-free campus for the faculty as well as the students or visitors. So a lot, I think, depends on the attitude of the school administration to adopt a healthy school environment for the students to be working in.
Ms. Parker?
I really agree with that as well. I think that when I think about what actually makes a successful student, it's really feeling a part of that school, feeling like the school is family and that you feel safe there. It goes back to what Jessica was saying, is that you really are looking to that school to individualize each student in some way, and whether it be the school nurse, or whether it be the person in the school health center, or whether it be their counselor or a principal or the janitor, you really want that school to have an individual piece of attention for each one of those kids there, because that's what's going to make them successful, and that's what the school can do. No matter how small the school or how few the resources, feeling a part of that school and feeling a part of the family is one of the signs that's going to keep them from being at risk along the way.
I think that we ask our schools to do an awful lot, and they've had so much pressure on them in recent years around graduation rates. Yet school is where the children are, and would be a wonderful place to enhance their understanding of health issues and behaviors and risk-taking. And somehow we, as a society, we need to come together and figure out the best way to do this. Because after all, you need to have a healthy child to have a good educational outcome. And we all understand that, yet we tend to test only the 3 R's and not health. And we stress the 3 R's in the graduation and not health. And so we have to figure out how to do that together so that we get a whole child ready to become a whole adult.
Well, and Tom made a really important point there, and that is that health and education go together. It's not, let's work on health today and tomorrow we'll work on education. They're hand in hand, and a healthy child means a educated child, and vice versa. This is one common thing we talk about as well, not enough physical education for children of all ages from K-12, and we need to get them out and moving around as we talk about the childhood obesity epidemic. And one common reaction to that is, well, we need to, instead of working with having them being more active, they need to work on their 3 R's. Well, there's been studies that have looked and said kids who are more active in school actually do better on their 3 R's. So it's not that you're squeezing the time away, you're actually improving overall. So I think a greater awareness that these two concepts go hand in hand, I think, is important.